Sorry for that for the live stream. I just realized you were muted the entire time. Sorry about that. If you're listening to the audio recording, it'll be all there because I screwed up.
Audio recording will be fine. Yep.
Okay, sorry about that. You can tell it's not very often I do the streaming side of this anymore. If you're just tuning in from the actual video live stream, we were talking about how I'm doing electrolysis currently, and that's why I'm kind of like today.
And you're about to explain what that is.
Yeah. So for those who don't know what that is, basically it's where someone takes like a needle and either like electrocutes it or superheats it and pokes it into a hair follicle and zaps it so it damages the actual hair follicle in there. And then they
Stop
remove
it from growing.
Yeah, so they remove it with a tweezer, and then it doesn't like fully go away until you do it like 3 or 4 times, and then at that point, then like the follicle's completely gone. But you are having someone stab you in multiple hair follicles, and it fucking hurts. So
Yeah, and I can't even imagine like just thinking of like the number of hairs I have, and they're doing it on like an individual basis.
I
Like that
I am
sounds.
so lucky I had low testosterone for the majority of my life. Because like as a kid, I was like, man, I can't grow any facial hair. This sucks. And now I'm like, oh, thank God I couldn't grow facial hair.
I mean, even my beard, like my facial hair, is not that thick compared to some other men,
Hmm.
and like I would still be like, this just sounds like a form of torture, like a
Well,
medieval torture
I
method.
think your hair tone is likely dark enough that you could do laser, and laser is so much faster and better.
Oh, do you mean light enough?
Dark enough.
Because my hair is not that dark. What do you?
Well, it's darker than mine is. So
Oh, okay,
if
okay,
you laser is where they shoot the hair follicles with a laser and that then superheat them that way. It takes like maybe 12 treatments ish, and it gets the hairs pretty much gone. Same thing, just like zap zap zap. It's just that it works faster than electrolysis does because electrolysis can take like a year plus or like way too many sessions.
okay.
I think I have to
You know
have
what?
like
It might be
70 plus
might be
sessions.
laser that my friend's doing.
Laser
Actually,
would be a lot quicker unless like you're doing the entire body. Then it's still gonna take a bit. But yeah,
sure, sure. Well, good luck with the road. Are you like just starting that?
that was like session like 15 or so. The girl I've been
Oh,
working with, she's like always booked up, so it's really hard to get any time in. Plus, I kind
okay,
of whenever I have like a trip coming up, I don't want to have my face all super red from just getting zapped. So, like the only
okay.
reason it doesn't look that bad right now is because of the lighting in the room. The lighting kind of hides it fairly well. So
Yeah, like I wouldn't have been able to tell if you hadn't mentioned something. Is
yeah.
it something where it's like on the second day it'll look really red, or is this the
It's
worst it'll
mainly
look?
like when you get out of it, it's really
Okay,
red. If you remind me after the show, I'll send you a picture of because I usually take a progress picture. So I'll take a picture as I
okay,
get in the car after the session, and my face just looks lit up.
sure,
So
sure. You might also just even be able to like blend in with just like the cold air, because sometimes that'll make people's
yeah, but
like
that can also
cheeks red
agitate
and
the
stuff.
skin. So I'm just like,
Uh,
yeah, this is not the
yeah,
greatest time to keep
true.
getting like stabbed in the face.
You know, I don't know if I could think of a great time to get stabbed in the face, but
It's more of a
this
spring
doesn't seem like.
fall kind of thing to do.
Okay, okay, good to know. I'll keep that in mind if it comes up. Um, I wanted to quickly mention that I saw the new Running Man, Edgar Wright's Running Man. It
Yeah.
sucks.
Oh no, what the hell? I've been hearing like not
Yeah.
that much good stuff about it.
Yeah, no, I was quite excited for it. I'm a big Edgar Wright fan. This movie is bad. And what's really a bummer is like Edgar Wright is so talented that you just expect more. I think that's why it stings so much.
Mm.
So that was a bummer. There's so many weird plot holes. That movie's just nonsense. Just
I
watch the
mean,
original one.
the original one's
Um,
not even authentic to the book, though, is the thing.
yeah, like I listened to like an interview with Edgar Wright before this movie came out, and he was saying like, so the book hasn't really been converted to a movie because the Arnold Schwarzenegger one is not really that close to it. This one's a lot closer, but this one just sucks. I
That's
mean, I
such a
haven't read the
bummer.
book, so I don't know, but it's just not a good movie.
Well, it's the
Michael
one that
Cera
I
though,
think Stephen King wrote under like a pseudonym, so it's like, well, he didn't
yeah,
have enough confidence to put his own name on it, so
or was it that, or he wanted to write non-horror, so that's why he did the pseudonym.
it's probably actually that.
Yeah, 'cause, like this is not horror, and obviously Stephen King is like a horror guy, so just go watch the new Predator. That's the movie you should watch if you're going to the theaters right now. All right. With that, let's talk about some video games. Top number. Yeah, you just sent me that photo. That is a lot redder. Yes,
That's a
you're
lot
correct.
redder, yeah.
Yep. Yep. What was I saying? Top down perspective, November 20th. I'm Sean Booker.
Claire Wheeler.
Claire, have you been playing anything?
Yes, but I'm actually playing stuff on an embargo, so I can't actually say what I've been playing.
Okay. Is it okay? I'm trying to think like what that could be.
Mm.
And there's a million games, so it could be anything. But all right. So nothing you want to bring up from this last week then, or that you're allowed
Uh,
to?
I mean, I guess I can bring up what we're doing on game clearing this month, which is Everhood.
Okay, this was just picked, right?
Yeah, so we started this one on Monday. Uh, it's a it's a rhythm combat game, for lack of a better term. And so it's a very Undertale like RPG where you're walking around, you talk to NPCs, you kind of get to know the world and stuff like that. But all combat situations are essentially like a rhythm game where you stand on like the bar on the bottom and you
It's
need
like
to
a Note
dodge their
Highway Guitar Hero style.
sort. Yeah, exactly. But you need to dodge the attacks instead. So all the notes are coming at you. You need to dodge them all. You can do like a very short hop. You can move left or right, and eventually you earn the
I
ability
mean,
to.
just like Undertale, right?
Depends on the fight. And
Oh
eventually
yeah.
you get the ability to like grab the actual notes and fire them back at the characters.
Okay.
So it's been like I've been enjoying it for the most part. There's a bunch of like secret super fights you can do. I did one of them and that was a lot of fun. But I'm working my way towards another one now, and it's not as fun because now I have to kill this guy on a time limit, and if I don't, I have to reset.
Okay.
So a little frustrating there.
Looks
But
like there's a sequel already.
yeah, sequel's been out for like a year, I think. Came out either last year or this year, I forget which.
I think
But no,
it's oh this year. Yeah.
yeah, but the soundtrack for the game has been phenomenal. Like every song's been a hot jam, and
I
like
would
they
hope
they
so if
do
it's a rhythm
so
game.
many different like genres and everything. It's actually genuinely like impressive.
You're doing the first game.
Yep.
You liking it then?
Yeah, so the combat part didn't come in till around the halfway point, maybe a little bit past that, and I don't like it as much because it feels a little half
No.
baked because the what you have to do is all the notes are different colors. You got to grab two of the same color if you want to actually be able to attack. But if it
Okay.
hits a note, it gets canceled out. So you have to find gaps in the notes to fire back at, while also, if you get hit, you drop your note, you drop your charge. So there's a lot of things you need to juggle, and then if you throw in a time limit, it's just a headache. So like I don't enjoy the combat side as much as I enjoyed the dodging side. But if you want the good ending, you have to do the combat, which I'm just like, whatever.
Sure. Yeah. It sounds hard. I'm just looking at some of these like short little videos. The combat looks fast.
Yeah, oh no, it's very fast, and like obviously it depends on the actual song's BPM, but yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's been neat though. That's basically all I've been playing.
Okay. Cool, cool. I got a few games to bring up, starting with Black Ops 7.
Okay, I have not heard anything good about this.
So I've only played the campaign. I'm gonna
Yeah.
get to some multiplayer, but my friend and I are it's a co-op campaign. They like you pretty much have to play it co-op. There was some like discourse online. People were kind of upset because you since it's like an always online campaign, you can't pause it even if you choose to play single player
I hate when they do that.
with the squad fill turned off. So you could play it single player, but it is then still you cannot pause it, which is it's a choice. I don't know. I'm playing it co-op with squad fill on, so I always got a couple of rando people in my game. The premise of this campaign is insane. Like this game is bizarre in terms of what you're doing. The idea is there was this like weird toxin from the last game. I barely remember what happened in the last game, but I remember that campaign being pretty fun. There's a weird toxin that kind of makes you see things. You and your squad of four, which one of them is played by Michael Rooker, so you're just hanging out with a younger looking Michael Rooker.
Okay.
Another one is this female actress who was on the Expanse show. I don't know if she's been in anything else. And I don't think the other guy is from anything. Not that I recognize, at least. And then one of them is like a guy who's been in Call of Duty games before or whatever. I'm not the person to be asking about this. Anyway, they all get like infected with the toxin, so they're all having kind of the same vision, which isn't really explained how that's possible, but whatever. As a result, everything you're doing is weird. So you're fighting like zombies, pretty much exclude. It's like robots and zombies the whole time you're fighting.
Okay.
You get weird abilities like super jumps. Um,
Okay.
there'll be weird levels where you're on like a bridge, but it's like and the sky is the bridge upside down, and it's all twisted and weird. Like because it's like a weird nightmare reality, they can get really weird with it. Boss fights include giant plant monsters that you're
This is
fighting and stuff.
Call of Duty, right?
Yeah, like if you're looking for like your military shooter, it's not this one. Um, but it is just like absolute nonsense. None of it makes any sense. They keep saying stuff like, if they love doing this one trick where one of the characters will be like, oh shit, they're like touching a nerve of mine, and this is real. So I'm gonna go crazy and angry and run ahead when it's like, yo, we just fought a plant monster and ran along an upside down bridge. Why do you think this one is real? And it's like each character gets one of those scenarios, and it's like, are you kidding? Like, we've been doing this for hours. This is also fake. It makes absolute no sense. You fight a giant Michael Rooker at one point, and then but there's like a weird kind of disconnect where one of the characters also has to be Michael Rooker. So while you're fighting it, there's the giant Michael Rooker, and then there's like your squad mate who's playing Michael Rooker. But during the cutscenes, you don't have that fourth squad mate because he needs to be a giant person. And then when it just goes away, his line is just, well, that was weird, and they move on.
What the fuck?
Like the plot makes zero sense whatsoever. It is just nonsense. But at the same time, you have like grappling hooks and you're fighting weird plants. So that's just kind of fun. You get to hear Michael Rooker say some incredibly well written lines like, look at that fucking spider. Because a lot of the enemies are sometimes just spiders. Um, yeah, I don't know. It is a bizarre campaign. And I know a lot of people like more COD fans, they don't like it when the campaigns are like, oh, this is just one of the multiplayer maps that they're making us run around in, and a
Mm.
lot of the stages are those. I don't really care too much. I haven't played any of the multiplayer anyways, but from a like campaign perspective, it is not a very good campaign. But it's something to play co-op, and it's on Game Pass, so I'm going through that. It's like maybe 4 or 5 hours long.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, I had heard like no positive buzz about this at all. Basically, everyone I saw talking about it complained. So,
It does seem to be a bit of a down year for Call of Duty.
what studio was this one?
Treyarch and Raven both have their names at the front at
I
like the
was gonna
same
say like
times.
that. I could see Raven doing something like that thematically. Like that sounds like something would have done like Wolfenstein, but
Right. I also think that version of Raven is gone and
oh
they're
yeah,
just a Call of Duty support staff. Like,
yeah.
it's also I don't even really understand the structure of like who's putting out Call of Duties each year because for a while there they were kind of like rotating between like 3 studios.
Mm.
Now they've done Black Ops twice in a row, which that usually doesn't happen. So I'm not really sure what the whole strategy is there with Call of Duty. But I mean, whatever. I'm sure EA and Battlefield are very excited that it's an off year for Call of Duty.
I've heard Battlefield 6 has been doing pretty well.
Yeah, that and like Arc Raiders, I'm sure they're very also excited that Call of Duty's not taking everyone away from them. Um, Also, Game Pass is Moonlighter 2 came out on early access, and people might remember that I love the first Moonlighter. That's a
Mm-hmm.
game I played twice, which is pretty rare. Um, People who don't remember or know what Moonlighter is, this is the like roguelike action game where once you're done in the dungeons doing the combat part, all the like resources that you pick up, you then manage a shop, and there's a shop simulation part, and you're selling all the items to people from the town, which you can then use to like buy upgrades for your character and stuff, better weapons, armor, bigger backpacks so you can carry more stuff and keep doing it back and forth. So this is the sequel. It's only out on PC right now, which actually is perfect for me because that means I can play it on my Ally, since
Mm-hmm.
that can technically only play Xbox PC games, not Xbox games. So I've been playing it on PC. I've been playing it on the Ally, and this follows the kind of somewhat common trend for like indie games where they get really popular with a 2D game and then they bring it into
Oh, they
3D.
went to 3D. Okay.
Yeah. And I mean we've seen that before with like
Risk of
Hyper
Rain.
Light Drifter, Risk of Rain did that, so this one did it. I think this one works fine. The combat's they kind of did more of everything. So there's more to do with the combat. You have a gun now. You have like strong and or light and heavy attacks. There's more weapons, and then the whole shop thing is expanded. You can decorate your shop now, which will give buffs to certain things and stuff like that. You can put patches on your backpack, which gives you buffs. It's kind of just the same game, but like more of it. And I think it works well in a 3D environment. I will say it is an early access, so it's who knows what it'll be like at 1.0. I think it's the progression is slower than I remember the first one being. I'm like doing a lot more runs, getting like less money than I'd expect. Your bag is also a lot smaller when you're starting. So maybe that's what they wanted, and or maybe they're just kind of padding it out in some way. Who knows how if they'll adjust that and whatnot. But it launched yesterday, and I've already put like 6 hours into this thing because I just love this loop. As
What?
someone who is a big fan of Moonlighter, the first one.
Okay. I was getting a little worried the way you were building up to him. Like, oh, is he gonna say he doesn't like this? Because he's starting to like he hasn't really said what he feels about it yet. So I'm glad to hear
No, I'm
it's
really
good.
liking it. Um, I think the setting is fun. The one downside about them launching in like late November is one thing that they did fun with Moonlighter, the first game, is every December they would just like update the town with like Christmas decorations, and I doubt they'll do that this time since they just launched it. That was always just kind of like a fun thing.
I mean, it might
Maybe they'll do that
still.
like next year. Yeah,
Mm.
I guess they still could, but I would assume that they would keep it as is for longer than like what 10 days or something. No,
Fair
but I'm
enough.
liking it. And if you have, I guess if you have PC Game Pass, I would highly recommend it. But it is early access, so I'm kind of fighting with my urge of like, do I play a whole bunch of it or do I wait for 1.0 like I usually do? But it seems like I'm just gonna play a whole bunch of it, and hopefully I don't get like a subpar experience. We'll see.
Well, if I remember correctly, like this one's been in the works for a while, right? Because I remember this getting mentioned a ways back. So I'm sure
I think
there's at
it's
least
been a,
some
a
level of
few years.
substantial.
I don't think it's been like a huge wait. Like this studio has done many games in between Moonlighter and Moonlighter 2. But this, I want to say this has been in the works for a few years at least. Yeah. And then the last game I want to bring up, and I mentioned this briefly last time, I was trying to play some older games to get ready for like not their sequels, but the studio's next titles. And one of those games was Before Your Eyes, the blinking game. A studio
Oh
put
yeah,
out a new game a week or two ago called Goodnight Universe, which also once again taps into your web camera.
yeah. I think we talked about this a bit last week.
Yeah, well, we talked about their first game. I had just barely played the new one.
Oh
Now I
right.
finished
Okay.
it. Yeah. So this taps into your webcam again, but it's not jumping through time while you're blinking. You are still blinking to kind of like click on things and select things. You're basically using the mouse to kind of move your head around, and then you blink on things to either kind of activate them, or sometimes you're like closing your eyes. This one also has facial recognition, so there are some times where it wants you to like smile or frown based on how you're feeling. I don't think that actually has too much impacting on what's happening. The premise is you're a baby, and I don't really want to say too much further than what's going on with the baby, but you're kind of going through this weird experience with like the baby, and at one point it gets like kidnapped and stuff. But the baby has like psychic powers. So the
Okay, I
baby
was
can
like,
like make things
this. I
float.
got whiplash when you said kidnapped and then psychic powers. I'm like, okay, like what is the tone of this game?
Yeah, people are wanting to like research your powers and stuff, so you get kidnapped at one point. The tone is very light and fluffy and whatnot. Um, so yeah, you're blinking on things to select them. Sometimes you're closing your eyes and like rotating your head to kind of like tune a frequency. Then you're listening to stuff. And I always, both in Before Your Eyes and Goodnight Universe, I always think it's fun when they want you to close your eyes and then like listen for a bit because that's a pretty unique thing in a video game. I think between the two, I think I liked Before Your Eyes better. I thought the kind of eye tracking, blinking metaphor was much stronger, and it's also like a shorter game. This Goodnight Universe is like almost 5 hours long, and I was getting a little bored with it. It was a bit slow for my liking, whereas Before Your Eyes, it has a quick pace, kind of on purpose, and you're almost trying to like slow things down from both a mechanics and a narrative point. So I thought that was just a stronger game. But again, this is a pretty unique one. There's not a lot of games that utilize the camera. It's on PC. I think it's actually on everything, but only the PC version has the camera controls, and I think the Switch 2 version is going to get camera controls, but it doesn't have it at the moment.
Hmm.
I don't think the console ones do, but I don't even know if they can like use a camera
I mean, the Switch 2
anymore.
can, but yeah.
Well, the Switch 2 can, yeah, but I just don't know if you can still plug a camera into an Xbox or a PlayStation these days.
PlayStation, you have to use their proprietary, if I remember correctly, or did they actually? Wait,
That
that
still
might just
work
be
for
the
the
four. That might be the four.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, does the 5 have a? I guess did the 5 launch with the camera? Yeah, I think it did
I thought
actually.
it did.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen one of those in person.
I I was about to say I thought I bought one, but I think I'm thinking of the charger for the controller, which I also don't know where that is.
Okay, yeah, I have the controller charger, which I never use. But yeah, I don't have the camera. The camera looked kind of like a taco a little bit, like it was kind of like
Yeah, it was like a weird
yeah.
shape. Yeah.
And the Series X, like you can't put a Connect into that, so I mean, yeah, I don't know. I can't imagine many games would even support a camera. Confirming in the chat, the 5 does have the camera accessory. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Before we move on to news, I had a thought experiment I wanted to pitch your way.
All right.
Um, as we're leading to Game of the Year time, we have a little over a month. I
Mm-hmm.
want to know what is on your short list, and the key here is realistically. What is on your short list of games you want to make sure you play that you haven't yet? Realistically, because if we both have 100 games we would love to play that we already
Yeah.
missed this year. But in terms of like getting to the end of the year, what do you actually think you're going to get to play to get ready for Game of the Year?
Silent Hill F.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
Ninja Gaiden 4 maybe because like technically we're playing that in January for stream.
Did you check out Ragebound, or do you have any interest in Ragebound?
I what is Rage? Oh, Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. I
Ninja
already
Gaiden.
already played it a little bit.
Okay. Okay.
Same with Shinobi. I played the demo, but I haven't dug into the full blown of that.
I really want to
Um,
play Shinobi. I've heard really good things about Shinobi.
Show me the bit I played of the demo was real fun. I want to play a little bit of Clair Obscura. There's no way in hell I'm gonna be able to finish it, but
Yeah, there's not.
yeah. Trying to think of what else came out this year that I was like really excited for, but never got around to. Yeah,
I
no,
mean,
like it,
like there's a ton, but that's
yeah.
why I'm trying to narrow it down to like realistically, what do you think you'll make time for?
I don't know. Like I'll try to make time for some stuff, but like I genuinely don't remember half the stuff that came out this year that I would have been super excited for, other than the Ninja Gaidens and Shinobi stuff, and Silent
Well,
Hill.
I mean, that was a short list. That's what I was kind of looking for. Over on my side, I really want to play Shinobi. I want to try that. Um, I mentioned last week I want to get to Ooh. I've heard really good things about Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I would like to play Ninja Gaiden 4 and Ragebound a bit as well,
Yeah.
which I do have those. I just haven't got into them yet. That's probably my short list at the moment.
Well, I got a month
All right.
ish, but I also got at
Yep.
least 2 trips to the States in that month, so we'll see what I fit in and what I don't.
Yep. Yep. All right. Let's do some news. Like we prefaced last week, Game Award nominees have been released. So I think we should go through them
Oh
and give our
God.
thoughts on all these
Here we go. All
nominees.
right.
I say we go reverse order.
I've
And my vote is to
only.
skip the esports stuff, but where are you feeling?
I would love to skip the esports stuff because I could not
Okay.
give any less of a shit.
Okay. Do you want to start with content creator or most anticipated game?
I'm gonna see if I know. Oh wow, there's actually people I recognize on here.
Okay, well then we can start with content creator because I'm gonna just start with that. I don't know who any of these are. I think I've heard of Kai.
Kai Cenat is like one of the biggest streamers on Twitch right now. Moist
Okay.
Critical has been doing like YouTube stuff for forever. Sakura Miko, I think I've seen as well. Burnt Peanut, I haven't seen, but I'm getting major Angry Orange vibes, and I don't notice K-Drill either. Kai would have been my pick for content creator of the year.
Do these people usually get canceled? Is
No,
that the
it's not
thing?
that. Because, like, what is it? One of the people, something usually happens because the other people who lose, their audiences get mad. Because I remember what happened with Iron Mouse when she won. The audiences got mad because she was a VTuber. I think she
Okay.
lost to Kai
I
Cenat, actually, now that I think about it. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm
But I
assuming
don't
this
I don't
Sakura
think I
Miko
think
is
one or
also a
two people have
VTuber.
been canceled, but like not everyone. It's not a curse.
It's not a curse. Okay. Okay. I'll just follow yours, Kai Cenat. I have no idea who any of these people are, but I think I've heard that name. Okay. Clicking on I think previous is what I want to go to the
Yeah, most sensitive game
yeah,
is
most
it previous.
anticipated game. Okay, cool. All right, so we have 007 First Light, Grand Theft Auto 6, Marvel's Wolverine, Resident Evil Requiem, and The Witcher 4.
I care about all these games except for Grand Theft Auto 6 and maybe Witcher 4. So Grand
Wow,
Theft
okay.
Auto 6 is going to be the winner, but
Absolutely, of course.
I really want it to be 007.
Wow, 007 specifically. I would not have guessed that. I didn't know you were a
I
huge
love James
007
Bond.
fan.
I've watched all the movies. I love the series.
Okay. Okay. What's your favorite Craig Bond film?
Favorite Craig one? Oh, that's easy. That's Casino Royale.
Okay. I like Skyfall myself.
Skyfall is my second. That's easy
Okay.
choice.
I also like
At,
the most recent one. I can't remember what it was called.
No Time to Die.
Yeah.
I did not like how that ended. It upset me.
Okay.
But yeah, but that's just because like both plot holes and like where they took the story kind of deal.
Um, I'm just gonna guess. There's no way it's not Grand Theft
There's no
Auto
way it's not
6.
Grand Theft Auto 6. There's no way.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, all right, best adaptation: a Minecraft movie, Devil May Cry, Splinter Cell: Death Watch, The Last of Us Season 2, and Until Dawn.
Wait, the Until Dawn movie came out?
Yeah, it's like Mayish. I remember got actually invited to a screener of it, but I was just like, I'm too scared. No, thank you.
Well, as a huge Devil May Cry fan, it's Last of Us Season 2.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't think people liked season 2 as much as one for sure,
Yeah, but like
but
the only other option I see having a chance here is a Minecraft movie, and if that wins, it's just winning based on the meme factor. So
Minecraft movie made a shit ton of money.
yeah, because it was for kids.
Yeah. Yep. I'm trying to think what I actually think would win. I think a Minecraft movie will win. I think, yeah, that's my guess. And it's a way for like Keeley to get like Jack Black and Jason Momoa on stage.
True. What is Splinter Cell Death Watch? I didn't hear about this.
Yeah, that was a Netflix cartoon, I guess.
Oh,
I
okay.
did not hear much about it.
Maybe I'll check it out.
Did you watch the Devil May Cry
No, because I
cartoon?
heard it was dog shit.
Yeah, I heard it wasn't very good. So I also heard the creator kind of sucks.
Yeah, and he's working on. No, he's not working on Tomb Raider. What's he working on now? He's working on something. He was involved in Castlevania, and he was involved in something else that's coming out. That I was just like, man, don't touch it. Duke Nukem. He's doing
Uh,
something with Duke Nukem.
oh, that's right. I think we even talked about that. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. You're right. We've got people in the chat, and we actually got a question about this that we can just address right now. So, Sonic 3, no mention of that in this category.
It's probably because that came out last year. It came out in December,
In December.
mid December.
Yeah.
Yeah, which technically
Yeah.
means it should have qualified. And it's weird as an omission, but yeah.
But again, people are just going to forget. Like, there's a reason they put out things right before award season.
Yeah.
All right, best multiplayer. We got Arc Raiders, Battlefield 6, Elden Ring, Night Rain, Peak, and Split Fiction.
Pooh. I've been hearing a
There's some heavy
lot of
hitters in this.
buzz. I've been hearing a lot of buzz
Yeah.
about Arc Raiders.
Arc Raiders has a lot of buzz. Peak was one of like the
Peak.
biggest multiplayer games all year. I
Yeah.
really like Split Fiction. Like that's probably the one I would love to see win,
Mm-hmm.
but I think it's going to be one of these more bigger multiplayer games.
I think it's Arc Raiders, but I would love for it to be Peak.
I'm gonna guess Peak actually. I think Peak might take it.
Okay.
All right, best sports racing game. One of the weirder categories every year, but we
Yep.
have EA Sports, FC 26, F1 25, Mario Kart World, Rematch, and Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. The big omission I was hearing from this one is no Madden College Football, which was pretty popular.
Oh, okay. I don't know, man, because like Mario Kart World buzz died down kind of fast. A lot of my friends that are into Mario Kart have all been praising Sonic Racing Cross Worlds instead. So if I'm going off of my group, I'd say Sonic.
I think Mario Kart just wins it because of the IP and the name
Yeah, that's
alone.
the only reason I'm like, it's probably got the best chance, but like, heart of hearts, I want it to be Sonic.
I also think Cross Worlds is quite good. I think I actually prefer Mario Kart World personally. Um, Rematch is also just cool, but I think it's more of like you should be happy you were like nominated, or they just needed more sports games, maybe. I
Mm,
don't hear anyone talking about Rematch anymore, but that's a fun one. I think Mario Kart World takes it.
okay.
Best sim slash strategy. This is Final Fantasy Tactics, the Evilus Chronicles, Jurassic World Evolution 3, Sid Meier's Civilization 7, Tempest Rising, The Altars, and Two Point Museum.
What a list.
Yeah, I don't even really know. Normally, I would have thought Civilization 7, but I feel like a lot of people are disappointed with that
I
game.
never heard good buzz about Civ 7. Yeah, so I don't know.
Altars was cool. People seemed excited when it launched, but then I didn't hear anyone really talking about it. I don't know what Tempest Rising
Al-
is.
Altars got sabotaged by the AI stuff that was found in the game.
Oh, okay.
Um, I don't know Tempest Rising either. 2 Point Museum, I don't think's got it. I want to say Nostalgia might carry Evilise Chronicles, but yeah, I'm gonna say that as my choice. That's probably another wishful thinking one though.
Yeah, I mean I'm with you. I would like it to be Final Fantasy Tactics because I do like an original one so much. I almost wonder if Civ 7 takes it just from like the name recognition.
Kind of thinking the same.
Yeah. All right, best family. I think this is a pretty stacked category this year. Donkey
Oh
Kong
yeah,
Bonanza, Lego Party, Lego Voyagers, Mario Kart World, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, and Split Fiction.
I could see
And
this being Mario Kart in this one.
I know it won't win. I love that Lego Voyagers is even mentioned here. That game deserves way more attention. Um, my favorite game from this list is Split Fiction.
Yeah.
I don't think it takes it though, because
I
there is
don't.
something
Why
in
is
here
this
with
in the
Mario.
family category? I guess because it's a fairly clean PG game, but
Yeah, that I would put it there. I think it would be great for like, bringing like a kid with you. Like I mentioned when I was playing it, it's easier than It Takes Two. Um, like it's it's something you're like you have to play with somebody. I think it fits in the family game category. Nothing about it is like gruesome or edgy or anything. I think this is Donkey Kong versus Mario Kart World.
yeah, honestly, it's Nintendo versus Nintendo here. I'll say Mario Kart.
You think Mario Kart? Oh man, I don't even know. That's how do you compare those two? Yeah, I guess I'll just go Mario Kart. I do like it more than Donkey Kong anyways, so. All right, best fighting.
Who?
2XKO, Capcom Fighting Collection 2, Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves, Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, Virtual Fighter 5, Revo World Stage.
Mortal Kombat had bad buzz. Capcom Fighting
The
Collection 2.
Legacy Collection, you heard bad buzz? I heard great things about it.
I,
I've been
I
watching the documentary.
I heard bad things about it. I heard like there's like frame rate issues, there's lag issues. I've heard like the game
Oh,
playability is actually really bad unless they've patched it since. Because a
okay.
lot
To be
because
fair,
yeah.
I actually haven't played any of the Mortal Kombat. I've just been watching the documentary.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, I have a couple of the fighting game streamers I follow are just like, yeah, no, dude, it's bad.
Yikes.
So Capcom Fighting Collection 2 has some of the most popular Capcom fighting games in it. 2XKO has a lot of positive buzz right now, and City of the Wolves was good, but it got kind of buried underneath all the Saudi Arabia connections and shit.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, yeah.
2XKO is probably my bet on this one.
I don't think I know that game at all.
2XKO?
Yeah, I don't
I
even know
mean,
if I've heard
this
about
is
that game.
the League of Legends fighting game.
I guess I missed that.
Yeah, this
And
this dropped officially out of beta like last month. Like it's fairly newish out of beta, but it's basically all just the roster of League of Legends. It's got like 9 or 10 characters currently, and it's a tag team fighter, kind of like Marvel vs. Capcom. So
I'm gonna have to just kind of follow your lead, but you didn't even mention Virtua Fighter 5. Is that not a contender here, really?
the only reason I do not say Virtua Fighter 5 is because it is basically an update of Virtua Fighter 5, which at this point is now 20 years old.
Oh,
18
okay.
years. It's still liked, but I feel like as much as I know, like I enjoy Virtua Fighter, but I can't see it beating even the Capcom Fighting Collection, which were basically
Well,
more popular games of the era.
right.
So
Well, three of these are they not just kind of updates to older fighting games that have been out?
yes, they are Capcom Fighting.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
two of them are like one's literally sorry, two of them are literally collections of past games. Virtua
Yeah.
Fighter 5 is an update, like a patch update basically to the most recent one with online, with good online and stuff like that. Fatal Fury City of the Wolves is a sequel to a game that's 20 years old, and 2XKO is an actual new game, but based off an IP that's been around for like what, 2 decades now of League and a year and a half or decade and a half.
Right. Right.
So
Okay.
yeah,
You're saying 2XKO?
I'm going 2XKO. My heart wants City of the Wolves, but my brain knows it's 2XKO.
I'll just follow your lead. 2XKO, I guess. All right. Best RPG. We have Avowed, Clair Obscur Expedition 33, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Monster Hunter Wilds, and The Outer Worlds 2.
Is there any way Clair Obscur doesn't win this?
Yeah, I think so. Like to like jump ahead slightly, Clair Obscur and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 are both in the Game of the Year, so you would have to assume that one of those two would win this category, right?
Yeah,
Um,
I'm saying Clair
and
Obscur.
I think Claire just has the buzz around it.
It's also a little weird seeing Monster Hunter in here because, like, I know it's sort of an RPG, but it feels so weird comparing it to all the others.
Yeah, I mean, every genre blends into every other genre these days, so
Yeah.
genre categories are just odd. Anyway. All right, best action adventure. We have Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yotei, Hollow Knight Silk Song, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, and Split Fiction.
Didn't Indiana
I'm
Jones come
glad
out
to see
last year?
Indiana Jones getting a bit of a remembrance here because that also came out December of last year.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Not too late.
My heart wants Indiana Jones, but my brain's leaning Ghost of Yotei.
Yeah, like I would love it to be Ghost of Yotei. I think it might go to like Silk Song.
Think so?
I think so. I mean, I'm just like, so they're defining this as for the best action adventure game combining combat with traversal and puzzle solving. I feel like that kind of goes Silk Song's way. And then if we do the whole like, well, which one's qualified for Game of the Year? It's Death Stranding 2 and Silk Song.
Oh, Silk Song is in the game. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought Yotei was there too.
No,
it
that was
didn't.
one of the ones where people were kind of surprised it wasn't.
Okay. I can't see it being Death Stranding 2. Because I feel like buzz for that was not that good. I guess the
Yeah, I
problem
don't
is
hear
at
a lot of
least
people
3 of these
talking about
games
it.
are just sequels. While Indiana Jones is the only original new one, and Split Fiction is also original, but it's also still like another two-player co-op game, like what Hazelight normally does. So, like I said, my heart wants Indiana Jones, but I feel like maybe Yote gets the nod here, unless it does get sniped by Silksong. So I'm gonna stick with Yote, but it probably is Silksong.
If we're going like, if we're looking at the definition, I think the one that has the most puzzles would be Indiana Jones.
Yeah,
Like that one literally has puzzles you need to solve and stuff. But I'm just gonna guess Silk Song gets it.
yeah. This is the problem when you have like games that get like a ton of nominations.
Best action game. So this is primarily focused on combat. Battlefield 6, Doom: The Dark Ages, Hades 2, Ninja Gaiden 4, and Shinobi: Art of Vengeance.
This is another. My heart wants one thing, but my brain says the other. My heart wants Ninja Gaiden, but I feel like it's Hades 2. There's like no way Hades 2 doesn't have this.
I also think Hades 2 takes this, yes. Although, and I've said this before, I feel like the buzz around Hades 2 was a lot more muted than I expected compared to Hades 1.
Hmm.
But I also think it's because Silksong just kind of swallowed up a lot of the attention because they
It's
came out
that,
so
and the
close to
game's
each
been in
other.
early access for a year and a half. So
I mean, so was Hades, but that still made a huge splash when it hit 1.0.
true.
When it hit 1.0, it launched on Switch on 1.0. I mean, so did Hades 2. I think just a lot of I think there's a lot of overlap for players of Hades and Silksong, and I think people were just focused on Silksong. All right, best VR AR, which I am definitely not equipped to answer, but it's Alien
Same.
Rogue Incursion, Arcan Age Ghost Town, Marvel's Deadpool VR, and The Midnight Walk. I'm
I
just gonna
mean,
guess Deadpool
I
from
want
the
Twisted
name.
Pixel to get an award because I like that studio. So yeah, Deadpool. But I have no
Oh,
idea
I don't think I
otherwise on
even
this one.
realized that was Twisted Pixel. Yeah, good for them.
Yeah, I thought they were stuck in the Microsoft mine, so I'm a little surprised.
No, I knew they had been purchased by Meta. They're doing VR stuff for a while now.
Ah, okay.
I guess I just didn't realize they were the ones doing Deadpool. Best mobile game: Destiny Rising, Persona 5: The Phantom X, Sonic Rumble, Umamuse, excuse me, Pretty Derby, and Wuthering Waves.
Uh, Uma
I will
Musume
say
it was a huge hit when it came over
that was a
here.
huge hit. I've heard nothing but toxic things about Sonic Rumble. I'm surprised it's even in this category.
Yeah, I got a sponsor for that, and I ended up turning it down because I'm like, I don't know if I should do this. And then I heard like no good buzz. I'm like, okay, maybe good call.
Yep. I've heard the Destiny game is cool. I have yet to play it myself. I haven't heard anything about Persona 5.
It was a gotcha. That's all I know. I mean, not
Okay.
that
I
Uma
mean,
isn't, but yeah.
I was gonna say, I would assume the majority of these are gotcha games, aren't they not?
Uma is, Persona is. I assume Wuthering Waves is based on the art.
Yep, probably. I'm sure Destiny Rising has some gotcha mechanics in there, because it is NetEase games as well.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna say Uma.
Yeah, I guess I'll go Uma. That would be funny, just that winning it. Just here's 100 anime girls on screen for you. All right, best debut indie. There was some discourse around this one, but I'll go through the category first.
Yep.
Blueprints, Clair Obscur, Expedition 33, Despolote, and Dispatch. Originally, and I'm forgetting the name of
Mega
it now.
Bonk.
Mega Bonk was also in this category, but they came out and said, "Hey, I've made games before, just under different names. This is not my first game. Please remove me." And so that they went ahead and followed their wishes and did it. Um, Comes down to a question of like, I think that's a cool move for them to do if they felt that way.
Yeah.
Um, but I bet that got them more press than if they had just been nominated.
Yeah, which is yeah.
So that might be a pessimistic way of looking at it, but I've been hearing that sentiment as well.
To be fair,
It
I've
also
been
kind
hearing
of
a
brings
lot,
up an
lot of streamers have been doing Mega Bonk. From what I've heard, it's pretty liked.
yeah, people do seem to like it. It's Vampire Survivors, first person, like polygonal. Um, it does kind of bring up the question of like, debut indie, like, a lot of the developers from Sandfall Interactive who declare Obscure, they worked at Ubisoft first. So is that not kind of the same thing? It's not
I
their
mean,
first
by the same
game, but it's
logic, you can say it with Dispatch because that's mostly people from Telltale.
right. So like, does it have to be like your personal first game ever, or can you just like make a new studio every year and release a new game, and you have a shot at debut indie? Is it like what are the rules here?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, how many people even worked on Mega Bonk, I guess, is a better question.
I actually don't know. Is it just a solo dev?
No idea. This is a tough
I don't.
one because, like, Blueprints was fantastic. Claire Obscura has a lot of praise. I don't know Despelote, but anyone I know who seems to have played it seems to love it. And Dispatch is fairly new and fairly well liked. I almost think any of these could win this. I think
I
Dispatch
also
based on current hype, but Claire Obscura based on it being nominated for everything.
Yeah, like the buzz around Clair Obscur is huge. People who like Blueprints love Blueprints. I think Despelote is kind of like an indie darling there, but it's definitely like the smallest, quietest one here.
Mm,
Dispatch is a very cool game for sure. Um, I could see any of these taking it.
yeah, I'll say Claire just because of the buzz, but I would not be surprised if Dispatch took it or really anything else on this list.
I'm gonna do like Dark Horse here. I'm gonna say maybe Blueprints. Maybe that's the one that they give it to. Because like I said, like maybe that people want Blueprints to win something.
Yeah, Lineback points out in the chat, Expedition 33 is the most nominated game in Game Awards history. It's got like 10
Well,
or
that should
12
probably tell you
nominations.
something.
I forget what it is.
Well, I think it might be 12. But I don't remember exactly.
Either way,
All right, now we
that's a
have
lot.
best. Yep. Now we have best independent game: Absalom, Ball Pit, Blueprints, Clair Obscur Expedition 33, Hades 2, and Hollow Knight Silk Song. This is
these are
such a stacked category.
these are all great. None of these
This
are
is
bad.
this is huge. Yeah. I mean, that's
I think this is the rare situation where I think I've played almost every game on this list. Because I've played Absalom, I played Ball Pit, I played Blueprints, played Silk Song, Hades 2 is Hades 1, and Clair Obscur I'll get to eventually. That's the only one that I can't say I haven't. Man, I kind of want this to be Ball Pit if I'm being real. I want Absalom or Ball Pit to win this because both are fantastic.
I feel like if I was betting, those are the two that I could remove first.
I know, that's the thing. Because I'm like, my gut saying this is probably Silk Songs to win. But like this is like if you're watching this or listening to this, like play this entire list of 6. Like holy cow.
I mean, ideally, you could play any game that is nominated on this website, and
I
you
mean,
should be having a
ideally.
good time.
Yeah, but like
Yeah.
I can speak from personal experience on the majority of this list and be like, yeah, no, like every game here is good.
No, absolutely. Like all 6 of these games have huge buzz behind them, are incredibly fun. Like I could recommend any of them easily to almost anybody. I think from like a vibes perspective, I want to kind of lean either Silk Song or Blueprints. Although what's interesting though is like if you look at the definition, technical achievement in a game made outside the traditional publisher system, Blueprints is published by Raw Fury. Ball Pit is published by Devolver Digital. Clair Obscur is published by Kepler Interactive.
You know, Absalom's.emu.
So I
By the definition, it's Supergiant and Team Cherry, like or Hades 2 and Silk Song. But like
yeah,
obviously, like
I guess I don't really
Devolver's
understand
always
what
been
they
known
mean
as
by
an indie publisher. Same with Raw Fury.
traditional publisher system. I don't know exactly what the like the traditional must be like lifting a lot here, doing a lot, like pulling its weight, and I don't exactly know what that means. So I'll just give it to Silk Song, I guess.
I think, like I said, as much as I want like this entire list to win, Silk Song probably has the best chance here. But man, if
Yeah,
Absalom or Ball Pit won this, I'd be so pumped.
it'd be great. Yeah, I really don't think either of them does it.
No.
I mean, Ball Pit is like until Moonlighter 2 came out, that was like my current obsession. I was just playing like a little bit of that each day.
Yeah, no. It's a fun little like I don't even say time waster. It's just like a fun little daily kind of game.
All right, best community support. We have Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy set 14, sorry, Fortnite, Helldivers 2, and No Man's Sky. I feel like Final Fantasy, Fortnite, and No Man's Sky are here every year.
I was about to say, like, why is No Man's Sky here? Like, I know, like, it had a huge turnaround, but I didn't realize it was still getting updates.
Getting updates, they're still free.
Crazy.
Yeah.
What usually wins this? Because I have this weird gut feeling like it's usually 14 or whatever the current hotness is.
I think it's usually it goes. I think it typically goes back and forth between 14 and Fortnite, depending
Yeah.
on how exciting the 14 one was. I feel like I haven't heard too much buzz around 14 this
They
year.
haven't had an
I don't
expansion
know.
this year. That I think the expansion was last year, so.
Maybe that's what's going on. So I'm trying to think. Like I keep hearing a ton about Fortnite just in terms of like the properties they're putting in there. So I've been hearing a lot about it. Like the Simpsons one was like really big.
Yeah.
People really liked that one because they made all of Springfield.
Yeah.
Um,
Helldivers 2, as much as I know that community is pretty good, like I feel like they've been like losing traction this year.
From what I understand, though, the Xbox launch did bring a lot of players back
Okay.
on every platform. Um, but yes, I haven't heard of like a ton of like big kind of event stuff happening there, so I'm gonna give it to Fortnite.
I'm surprised Baldur Gates is here, but yeah, I think I'll agree with you on Fortnite.
And then kind of the same thing, best ongoing,
Oh my god.
Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, Helldivers 2, Marvel Rivals, No Man's Sky.
I think Rivals has a solid chance here.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm trying to think because that came out pretty late last year, or
Yeah,
maybe it
late
was
last
just
year or early this year,
early
one or the other.
access or something. I can't remember exactly. Um, I'm just gonna say Fortnite again.
I'm gonna say Marvel Rivals.
Okay. Marvel Rivals. When was the last time you played Marvel Rivals?
Me?
Or have you ever played it?
I have played it, yes. A couple months
Okay.
ago. It was on
Yeah,
stream
I
last time I did play it, but yeah.
I played like a bunch of it in like the first 2 to 3 weeks, and then I just kind of haven't touched it since.
I mean, it's a good game. It's just not the game kind of game I play anymore because I fell into Overwatch for so long, and then I was like, I don't want to go back into this mind again. I'm good.
Okay. Games for Impact. We have Consume Me, Despelote, Lost Records, Bloom and Rage, South of Midnight, and Wanderstop.
I have no info here on this one.
I think Consume Me will take it because that thing won a ton in the GDC awards for independent games and whatnot. That was like a student game at the time there, and then it got its like full release this year. There's a lot of buzz around Consume Me from
Okay,
like the developer space. That's
I
that's where I think that is.
I
I
will
could see
trust you on that.
Despelote. That's kind of in a similar vibe. I just was here between the two. I was hearing more buzz on Consume Me. Despelote is very cool because it's from like a very kind of like middle lower class Ecuadorian perspective, something you rarely get to see. South of Midnight's a cool game. I don't think Lost Records deserves this, and I don't even really know why it's in this category other than they always seem to put the Life is Strange like game in this category for some reason because maybe like queer identity stuff.
I
That's all
guess
I can think. I don't know. I don't know a ton about Wanderstop.
Wanderstop. I think
So,
from what I remember of the trailers, kind of deals with a lot of trauma. So
okay.
and PTSD. So I could see that, but again, it's another one I don't have experience with. This is the one. That's the one I know the most about, and even then, I wouldn't say I know anything about it.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Consume Me.
I'll trust you on that.
I will say Consume Me, if we to go back to my little thought experiment of games I would love to put some time into before the end of the year, I really want to get to Consume Me from what I've heard.
Okay.
Innovation in accessibility. Assassin's Creed Shadows, Atomfall, Doom the Dark Ages, EA Sports, FC 26, and South of Midnight. I'll give a quick shout out to Steve Saylor's YouTube channel. He's a vision impaired content creator and he does a lot of work in the accessibility space with video games. He actually did a breakdown on all
Oh,
five of
that was
these of like
him. That looks so cool. That was such a clever thing to do.
yeah, so he does a lot of accessibility work. He even works on games. He did a kind of prerequisite of that he did work like paid contractor for Doom the Dark Ages. But he went through all five of these games to kind of talk about why they're nominated, what the nominees mean, because even on the site there was like a breakdown. It kind of explains each game, and then he goes into more detail of, okay, so when they say that they raised the font to 52 pixels, that's what this means, blah blah blah, and stuff like that. So if you're wanting more information on stuff like that, I would recommend checking out his YouTube channel. Again, that's Steve Saylor. I've actually only listened to about halfway through that episode, or that YouTube video, so I'm going to do more of it. Um, but from what I understand, I'm going to give it to Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Really? Okay.
Ubisoft's usually pretty good with accessibility. That is definitely something that they've put in a lot of their games over the years.
Okay. I'll trust you on this one.
Best performance, we have Ben Starr in Clair Obscur, Charlie Cox in Clair Obscur, Erika Ishii in Ghost of Yotei, Jennifer English in Clair Obscur, Konatsu Kato in Silent Hill F, and Troy Baker in Indiana Jones and the Great Circle.
Again, my heart says Troy Baker, but I'm pretty sure it's Ben Starr, considering I'm pretty sure he won a performance award today at the Golden Joysticks Award.
There is something to be said about like one game gets three nominations.
Yeah.
It actually makes me think of the I
Was it
think it's the
Hellblade had something similar in the past?
no, Hellblade usually only gets like one. It's usually just the main character. What's the award show for TV? Is it Grammys?
The Emmys. Grammys is music.
Emmys, thank you. Yeah. So Emmys. Emmys had a similar issue this year when it was like White Lotus was like filling all the categories, because the White Lotus TV show is known for having a lot of like, not exactly cameos, but because it's an anthology show, they can bring in a whole new cast every time, and then as the show gets bigger, bigger stars come in for subsequent seasons and whatnot.
Yeah.
Um, so they're almost bringing up a thing of like, do we need a rule about not being allowed to just fill, like having a maximum, so that instead of just awarding kind of one game, you're forced to expand the breadth of it and award more games, award more shows. I feel like there could be a similar thing here. Um, but on the other hand, it's like, hey, if these three people both did great performances, then they should be kind of recognized for that. And these three definitely did. I actually almost think Charlie Cox should get it. Um, Although I do like Ben Starr's character quite a bit as well.
Yeah.
Personally, I think Aaron Paul's from Dispatch should be in here, because I thought his performance was really great.
Yeah, like I said,
Can't speak
Troy Baker did an incredible Harrison Ford. Like,
Harrison Ford.
even
Yeah.
Harrison Ford himself praised it.
Yeah, no,
Uh,
I was gonna say that. Like, it's
yeah.
so good, and you can only really tell is when he's like yelling. Then he kind of gets out of the voice a little bit,
Yeah,
but
because
it
it's
is such
hard.
a
It's
good
hard to
one.
do yelling.
Yeah, but still, like he mimicked it so well, and it's like everyone kind of knows the Troy Baker voice, and he's like, oh, hey, also he can change his voice. He is talented. He's not just good at talking. um, I think it just has the Indiana Jones problem of like it came out too long ago.
Yeah, unfortunately, like I said, my heart wants it to be that. I think it's Ben Starr.
That would be cool. I don't know enough about the actress for Silent Hill F. I can't speak to that one at all.
Again,
Um,
heard she was good.
Erika Ishii, I think it was a good performance. I preferred the performance from the first game, so that's just kind of in my head of like, well, I liked the other one, so that's kind of pushing it down a bit. And then I do love the like kind of all the performances in Clair Obscur. I'm going to, yeah, I think it would be Ben Starr or Charlie Cox, and it's like I think my heart wants it to be Charlie Cox, but I could see Ben Starr taking it.
Yeah.
Um, that would also be cool as like someone I know winning this award.
Well, you know Charlie?
No, I know Ben
Oh, you
Starr.
know Ben. Oh, okay, sorry.
Yes, like I've interviewed Ben Starr. I've seen him at tons of game events and stuff. I have sat down and had a drink in Germany with Ben Starr.
Okay, that's cool. That's really cool.
Best audio design: Battlefield 6, Clair Obscur Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2 on the Beach, Ghost of Yotei, and Silent Hill F.
I want this to be Yote because they literally made multiple soundtracks you can listen to, including one done by the creator of Cowboy Bebop, where it's just a bunch of lo-fi music you can ride around to.
Yep. No, and you can play the whole game with that. Even the fights are like that. It is cool if you're a Samurai Champloo or
Or Cowboy
Cowboy
Bebop.
Bebop fan. That's a cool thing to put in there for sure.
I think, but it might be another case of my heart says this, but brain says probably Clair Obscur.
I think Clair Obscur, but that soundtrack's also really awesome. So I am partial. Is there no? There's a soundtrack award? Is there?
I don't remember. Let me check.
The next one is score and music. Okay, so there is. So I'm just gonna, you know what? I'm gonna say, I'll give it to Ghost of Yote for this one. Yeah,
Okay.
I could see that. As in this next category, I'm gonna give it to Clair Obscur. Best score and music: Hollow Knight Silk Song, Hades 2, Clair Obscur Expedition 33, Ghost of Yote, and Death Stranding 2 on the Beach. This is another stacked category.
Yep. Absolutely. I think I'll agree with you and give it to Claire on this one.
I do think Claire, but just to kind of give everyone their due, like the kind of like record drops where the songs kick in, similar to Death Stranding 1, are really well put in Death Stranding 2. Like Kojima had his playlist, he used it well. Obviously, like Darren Korb from Supergiant for Hades 2 is always outstanding. Hollow Knight and Silk Song both have great music. Ghost of Yote, once again, really good music there as well. I do think Claire is going to take it though. Very strong, very strong list. All right, best art direction: Clair Obscur Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yote, Hades
The
2,
same
and Silk
list.
Song. The same list. Where they're kind of starting to all to become the same list.
Man, I don't know on this one. I feel like out of the five, the most artistic one is Yote, but again, that's relative.
Yeah, I mean, I see all five of these games much like the independent category. It's like they're excelling
Yeah.
all five of these individually. Like, just look at the hand drawn art of Hollow Knight, Silk Song, and Hades 2. Like, second to none, second only to each other. um, Death Stranding 2, like Death Stranding 1, one of the technically one of the prettiest looking games I've ever seen.
True.
Same
The
with Yote,
mocap on
and
that's
they have
been
like
really
incredible
strong on
art direction with
those.
all the color and stuff. Like that's Tsushima did the same thing, and then Clair Obscur from similar. The art direction is incredible on that too.
I have no idea on this one, if I'm being honest.
I'd be
My,
happy with any of these getting it.
I'll throw Yote out there just to say I have an answer, but honestly, I have no answer on this one. It could be any of the five.
Yeah, it could be any of the five. I'll give it to Yote. I'll give it to Yote, sure. Best narrative: Clair Obscur Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2 on the
Oh,
Beach,
it's not the
Ghost
same
of
list.
Yote.
Okay.
It's almost the same list. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 and Silent Hill F.
I am not sure on this one.
So I can't speak to Kingdom Come or Silent Hill F, but I haven't really heard anyone talking about those from like a narrative standpoint too much. Ghost of Yote has a good story. Again, I preferred Tsushima's. Death Stranding's story is just kind of Kojima nonsense.
To be fair, that's what you come to the game for. So
That's true. And like it goes for it. Absolutely. I think Claire's gonna get it. That's probably my choice.
I heard Silent Hill F does do some cool things, but you got to play through it a couple times to get it. Yeah,
That's what Paul said, yeah.
I'm leaning Clair Obscur.
Okay. Best game direction: Clair Obscur Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2 on the Beach, Ghost of Yote, Hades 2, and Split Fiction.
Creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. Like Split Fiction has to get one of these, right?
Yeah, so you brought up the definition of the category, and to me it's like, well, they kind of is it very innovative. They did the same thing.
Hmm.
Did the same thing again. And I'm trying to think which of these games didn't, because a lot of these almost like they're all
They're
sequels
almost all
except
sequels except for Clair Obscur, which is inspired by classic JRPGs.
Split Fiction is technically not a sequel, but as well.
Oh, sorry, but yeah, like gameplay wise, like it's the same
Yeah,
kind of game the studio does.
I kind of just think from that alone, Claire Obscure kind of takes it.
Yeah,
Because I do feel like they are innovating on that design.
I have a weird gut feeling that maybe this like Split Fiction slides in on this one, but I would say
Okay.
Claire Obscure probably.
That would be cool for sure. And we're finally at Game of the Year,
Oh God.
which from what we've gone through, it's kind of a curious list. So it's Claire Obscure, Death Stranding 2, Donkey Kong Bonanza, just weird dark horse comes out of nowhere. Wasn't nominated for any of the like best direction categories except family game, and then it slides in there. Hades 2, Hollow Knight Silk Song, Kingdom Come Deliverance. Part of me is like, why is Donkey Kong here
I
and not Ghost of Yote?
I said the same thing. I'm like, really, Bonanza? Like I liked it, but and then I realized it was like one of the most highest rated Metacritic games this year. You know, like I think it was like number 7.
I mean, that it could be that I haven't looked them up. I think I did see a list at one point. I'm just kind of surprised when it's like they were almost setting up Yote to be in the category, the
Yeah,
conversation with all
I
these
know.
other
And then
games
it's
over,
just here comes Donkey Kong,
and
slammed
then
down on
Donkey,
Yote.
yeah, slammed in there. A bit with Kingdom Come too. Like that one at least came up a little more often than Donkey Kong did, but Donkey Kong had best family, and that's it. Like no one thought it had a top 5 art direction, a top 5 game design, but it might be game of the year, which I'm just kind of surprised.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this is Claire Obscure, but I could see Silk Song. Like,
My guess is it's one of those two.
yeah,
I don't see anything else taking it.
I'm gonna stick with Claire Obscure.
I think Claire Obscure also takes it. Yeah. I am looking forward really to when they do that orchestra thing where they put all 6 like
Oh,
theme
the
songs in one
mishmash.
song.
Yeah.
This is going to be very fun to listen to. And I hope the dude with the giant like standing flute thing is
Oh,
there.
he better be back.
Yeah. Always a fun time seeing that guy just lose his goddamn mind as he's playing these theme songs. All right. Well, there's our guesses. I can't speak for Paul, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's gonna stream it. I'm not going this year, so I'll probably join him for the stream so we
Okay.
can talk over it and stuff. One
When is
thing
it
that I
again?
think would be fun, it's like December 10th or something like that.
Checking here
It's
now
the
on the.
Friday, December 9th.
Okay. Yeah. So I am home
No,
for it.
8th. Sorry, 8th, I think.
So it's on a Monday.
Oh, December 8th.
Yeah, December 8th is a Monday.
Oh, sorry, I was looking at January 11th then. It's the 11th.
Oh yeah. Okay. Now I just loaded up on the site. December 11th.
Yeah.
Okay. So Thursday. Yeah.
Um, we'll probably do that instead of the regular episode. I think what would be fun is if we get like a bingo card generator and we put in things like awkward celebrity appearance, who doesn't want to be there. Obviously, world premiere would be like the free
Yeah.
space.
That's the center easily.
What else do you think should be in the bingo card?
Muppet.
Muppet. That's a good one. Yeah, yeah. I think this would be good. I might find a bingo card generator and say that with Paul or maybe some of the
Yeah.
viewers who are watching along with us.
Muppet. Awkward movie star. Interruption from audience, like someone running on
I
stage
feel like
again.
they've cracked down on
Think
the
so? Okay.
security as of last year, so I do not think that's going to happen
All
anymore.
right. Shoot, I had one of mine just then and I just lost it. Oh yeah, the dude from Split Fiction Company. He shows up again.
Oh, sure, Joseph Ferris.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I couldn't remember his name. Yeah, Joseph
Kojima
Ferris.
appearance.
Kojima appearance. No, I bet Kojima snubs him in case he doesn't get any awards. I think that would be funny. Cause like I swear, Kojima's so back and forth on whether or not he likes Keeley.
He has too many games, or Death Stranding is nominated too many times, and he has 2 games currently in development. Like he could easily show up with a trailer for OD or
Oh right, yeah.
Isn't or whatever it is, whatever the new Metal Gear game is.
Right, I forgot about all that. Never mind then. Yeah, he'll be there.
All right, let's do a bit more news here. Then I think we're going to skip questions this week because we're already running long. There was an Xbox partner preview. Did you watch the stream by any chance?
No, I didn't even know it was happening until people were saying what games were on it.
There was some actual pretty interesting stuff I thought got announced. So I have a link here if you want to look kind of through it. Maybe we'll just
I'm
call it a few
skimming through
things
it.
that jump out to us. I'm going to start with the new elusive target coming to Hitman World of Assassination, where Agent 47 teams up with Eminem to take down Slim Shady.
Hold up, what? No, hang on. Where was that? Oh my god, what? You're not kidding. Amazing.
Is that not incredible?
Yeah, no, that's real good.
That's extremely good. But what about you? Did anything that you're scrolling through jump out at you?
I sped up, so because I had to find that the second you mentioned it.
Yeah,
James Bond, obviously, like that's just like I'm just waiting on that one. Clover Pit, I've heard
barely
really good
showed
stuff
anything.
about.
Sorry, which one?
Clover Pit.
Okay. Yep. That's out today on Game Pass and stuff.
Yeah, that's been out on Steam for a while.
I'll call out Crowsworn, which just looks like a Hollow Knight clone, but looks like a very stylish kind of character action platformer.
Echo Generation, Erosion, Hitman, The Mound, Omen of Cthulhu, Raji Kali Yuga.
That Raji one that's a sequel to Raji the Ancient Epic, which was a really cool game from an Indian developer. So that'll probably be another cool one.
Reanimal, Roadside Research, Tides of Annihilation again, Total Chaos. Oh, Vampire Crawlers, right. I did see this one.
There you go. That's what I was about to bring up. From Ponicle, the creator of Vampire Survivors, it's a first-person deck-building roguelike dungeon crawler.
Which they specifically avoided in the trailer, saying was it like deck builder or cards. They did the same thing they did with Vampire Survivors. They avoided specific words.
Yeah, that looks great. So, I
Yeah.
mean, I'm sure it'll be pretty fun. I'm going to call out Tides of Annihilation, a game I know barely anything about, but this trailer, it was one of the most like Final Fantasy ass looking boss fights ever.
Yeah. The last trailer was the same thing too. Like that's the reason I even recognize it, is because of the trailer it had like last year or something like that.
Yeah, this thing is crazy. It's clearly going to be like a Souls-like, but like that combat was so stylish. At one point, they're fighting in like a mirror dimension, and you're fighting in like the reflection of a lake or something. I got to keep my eyes on this thing because it looks nuts. I'm just hoping it's not like really hard like a Souls-like, because I would love to pull off the absolute nonsense they were doing in that battle.
Wouldn't surprise me if it was, but yeah. I noticed there's a new game from the Fist devs. Yeah, the Fist Forge and Shadow Torch, the Zoopunk game.
Oh, is that for them? I was wondering if it was like a sequel to that.
Yeah. Yeah,
so
part of the
right,
universe introduced by the acclaimed Fist, Forge, and Shadow Torch. Yep.
That would make sense. Okay. Next news story here. Jason Schreier over at Bloomberg wrote an interview with the devs behind Dispatch, talking about its turbulent development. If you listened to Paul and I's Dispatch spoiler cast that went up earlier this week, I mentioned this one, but I wanted to bring it up because one of the tidbits in there is that the developers were working at Ubisoft at one point on a new Splinter Cell game. And the reason this is news is Ubisoft shelved that project as they did a pivot to games as a service, which eventually turned it into X Defiant, which has since been shut down. Just a little announcement there that there was a Splinter Cell game in development a couple of years ago.
That sucks. That sucks.
Yep. And a couple small ones here. A Game Informer, starting this December, is coming back to newsstands as a magazine.
Nice. Especially after how
Good for them.
unceremoniously it was killed.
Yeah, it was killed. The website was killed, and then it seems like just this year they've like clawed their way back. I remember, I think we talked about it when the website came back and and then they had said they want to bring back the magazine. It's official. They're doing it. So good on them for kind of resurrecting themselves.
Does that mean I forget? Does that mean they're independent now? I'm trying to remember what the whole deal was. Did they get like
I
a
believe so.
backer?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
they're not owned by GameStop anymore.
Speaking of
But
GameStop,
speaking of GameStop, have you heard of this new promotion they're doing?
the everything thing.
Yeah. So on December 6th is GameStop's Trade Anything Day, where you can bring almost anything into the store and they will give you $5 in store credit. A limit of one per person. There are some exclusions, which include things such as hazardous waste or material, chemicals, liquids, lithium ion batteries or items containing lithium ion batteries, weapons and animal, dead or alive animals. It continues on, but it's similar to like that. Um, I read an article. Kotaku kind of was kind of scouring the like GameStop subreddit to see reactions from employees there. They seem terrified about what
I would
GameStop is
expect
about
them
to.
to be. Yeah.
Yes, Claire, as a previous employee of the GameStop
As a
company,
previous manager,
yeah,
this is
what
horrible.
do you expect? Paint us a picture of what you see about to happen on the Trade Anything Day.
There's going to be a line outside the door with people with the whatever they can find on the side of the goddamn road. It's going to be an absolute fucking
Just straight
disaster.
up garbage.
Yeah, like literally, like half of the stuff they're gonna have at the end of the day is just filling up dumpsters in the back. Like whoever's doing the
Yeah,
closing on that day is gonna be miserable.
GameStop has tried to frame this as what they get, they are going to donate to charities.
Okay.
And I guess a lot of like specific store managers are like, hey, there's like a church down the group that's down the street doing a toy drive, so we're trying to advertise to our customers, maybe bring toys. They're trying to like mention to their regulars, hey, let's make this a positive thing. But yeah, I think people are going to straight up go to McDonald's, get a burger, and then trade in the
Yeah.
greasy ass wrapper
Yeah.
for $5 in credit.
This is insane. This is stupid. If I was working at this company at the time, I'd be livid.
And you'd probably be like, I gotta somehow take this day off. I gotta take this day off. But oh man, I can't. I feel so bad for these employees, but I cannot
Yeah.
wait for the horror stories.
Oh, there's
I
gonna be
wanna
so
know.
many. There's gonna be so many horror stories. I
I'm
feel
gonna be
so bad.
watching that subreddit the whole day on December 6th.
Wait, I just realized. Oh no,
Absolute.
that's a Saturday. Oh no.
Oh, of course it is.
Yeah, no, that's gonna be an absolute disaster. Holy shit.
Um, yeah, one of the weirder things. GameStop's a weird company. This is one of the weirder things they've done. So
Yeah, and I think this
look
is
for that.
only the U.S. branch. Like I think EB Games doesn't have this. So
Yeah, that makes sense to me. Yeah. Well, I'm sure there'll be some weird stories, and we'll talk about it when the show happens. But yeah,
absolutely, yeah.
this is weird. All right. Like I said, we're gonna skip questions. We had a lot of questions, so we'll push those to next week. But if you want to send in questions to the show, sometimeperspective@gmail.com, at TDP Podcast on Blue Sky, the Discord channel, or Claire's PO Box. And a reminder to send in Game of the Year category ideas, as we are still putting that together. We have had a number of people submit stuff, so thank you. But keep it up. You basically have until the end of the month when we put out the survey. That's when we'll make our decision to send those through. Claire, what is your game of the week?
I can't say it.
Okay, fair enough. I'm going to give it to Moonlighter 2. Thanks everyone for listening, and we'll see you next week.
Bye, everybody.